is up, guys? Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Stella, and we are back with another Global Clash Cup video. And today we are going to be recapping METAMinds against Wreck-It. And as you can see on the screen right now, Wreck-It did indeed win by 3 stars, so congratulations to them on the victory. Today we're going to be taking quite an in-depth look at this war. We're going to be taking a look at 5 attacks from each side. We've got some Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 12 attacks to show. Every single one is going to be indeed a 3-star, and we've got a huge variation of attack strategies for you guys today, so I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into this. And again, congratulations to Wreck-It. We are going to start off by looking at some of the METAMinds attacks right here. So we're going to be starting off with number 29 right here, which is Digidada. So let's just jump in and take a look at this. So starting off here, we have Mass Witchy. So Digidada is going to start off from the top of this base. Obviously the wall wrecker does indeed target that town hall, so he's going to start that off right at the top and aim that to push through the center of the base and close in towards that town hall, which is indeed right down at the bottom. And we've got all of these witches going to be pushing in from the top of the base. The king and the queen are in there as well, but we need the healers to hopefully stay on these witches if they can. The wall wrecker is taking a lot of damage right there, going to get through another section of walls, but it looks like probably going to get held up after getting through this next section. Yes, so going to get down there. Heal and rage of course down as the bowlers come out of the clan castle. We need them to try and get as much value as we can. Doesn't look like they're going to get too much value. Going to get held up, excuse me, on the clan castle troops for a little bit, but the witches have done really well pushing around either side of the base. The king has gone around and is tanking for the ones down on this left hand side. We've got quite a good group of troops in the center now. That one healer doing a great job at keeping them up. Quite a few witches in there, and the bowlers getting some great value too. And where is the queen? That's right, she's up on a wall at the top of the base, not participating in this attack whatsoever. Again, going to be shooting on another wall. King and queen's ability both still in hand, so looking very, very strong to pull off a 3-star right here. And it looks like we will probably finish up at the bottom. No, it looks like one witch is going to break off, deal with that town hall to pick up that star, but Digidada has no issues at all finishing off this base. A very, very strong 3-star to start off this video. The witches will be able to range onto that cannon, and the few troops that are down the bottom will clear that town hall to pick up the 2nd and 3rd stars to finish off that attack. So well done to Dada on that one. Very strong start, like I said, to this video. Let's go and take a look at another Town Hall 10 3-star. Satya, probably butchered that name, is going to be going in on this next one. Going to start off with a bowler on that right hand side, but unfortunately a Tesla does pop up and takes care of that bowler, so maybe not getting as much value out of that 6 housing space as hopefully Satya would have wanted. Going to be going in with 3 golems on this one, bowlers and witches. So usually I'd probably bring a few wizards to help with cleanup, but Satya is going all out on offense, just making sure we get as many troops into the base as we possibly can. That single target inferno is going to lock on to that golem very early on, so the freeze spell is used on that to just stop any damage getting or taking out our tank very early on. The single target inferno is then going to be distracted with all those skeletons from the witches, so that is perfect for us, and it will allow these troops to push right through the center. And the wall wrecker really has not taken much damage at all, which is perfect for us. But unfortunately we have quite a big group of bowlers and witches pushing around the base on this right hand side, so quite a lot of our troops have moved along there. The wall wrecker is going to finish off getting into that multi-target inferno compartment. Of course, rage and heal used to try and get as much value out of those bowlers as we possibly can. Going to zoom in a little bit there to just see some more of the action. The bowler now onto the town hall, going to get taken out by the mortar and wizard tower though. The king now starting to take quite a bit of damage in there. Giant in the mix TH2. The queen gonna need to do quite a significant amount of work at the top of this base. The golem luckily is gonna tank for us, and that bowler managing to splash over the wall and take out that Tesla, so perfect right there. And it looks like at this point we've only really got that Tesla to deal with. The skeletons are going to be able to take that down there, and from this stage on it is just a case of cleanup. So this one was certainly much closer than the previous one, but Satya still able to get the job done nonetheless, and they will finish off on that cheeky builder hut on the left hand side to finish off this 3-star for MetaMinds. So well done on that one. Let's go and take a look at a Lalo 3-star attack at Town Hall 10. And we have Miguel going in on this one. So like I said, going to be going in with that Lalo. So it's not going to be a queen charge or queen walk Lalo. It's just going to be a straight up Sui Heroes Lalo, it looks like. So king down first to tank a little bit. Queen down next. King is going to take care of that Town Hall for the first star. The queen going to do a little bit of sniping over the wall, taking care of that archer tower, moving on to the cannon and going to continue pushing down. It'd be great if we could get that wizard tower. Yes, so queen's ability is used pretty early there, just to try and guess get as much value out of her as we possibly can. Stone Slammer now going to come in, unfortunately picking up a Seeking Air Mine very early on and heading straight in towards that sweeper, so not going to maybe get as much value out of that as we possibly could, but still with the use of that clone spell I'm going to get quite a good value from that poison spell, of course used on those clan castle troops that came out right there to make sure we cleaned out all of that top section. And at this point all we've got to do is sweep around from the right hand side through the bottom and onto the left to finish off. So we took out a good quarter of this base with that initial push, and the E-drag from the from that initial push, sorry, is still up indeed. Miguel now strategically placing those balloons in around this base. I'm going to guess he's going to save that heal spell for the back end where that multi-target Inferno is, and he will use these haste spells to make sure these balloons speed up and get there nice and quickly. So I'm guessing a haste spell used about now. Quite delayed on the haste spells right there, finally going down right there. And a heal spell going to be used there? No. So actually not even needing to use that heal spell, I probably would have used it just to be safe. Heal spell and haste spell going to be swagged right there from Miguel. So very confident on him to swag those. I definitely would have just used that heal spell to try and get as much value out of those balloons, keep as many up as we could on full health, because one red mine could do quite a bit of work right here, because I know some of those balloons are on low health. The haste spell also could have helped a little bit with the cleanup rather than just swagging it and sticking it down in the middle, but nonetheless Miguel is easily going to be able to finish off this one to pick up a 3-star. We will just speed it up to ×4 to finish off that elixir collector at the top, and yeah, a very strong 3-star. Good to see the clone spell getting some use. Really you only see it being used with balloons and E-drags at the clan castle, but nonetheless a very strong 3-star right there. Let's go and take a look at some Town Hall 12 3-stars right now from MetaMinds. Joe is going to be the one attacking right here, and it looks like quite a mishmash of air-based troops in this one. So Joe opting to, I'm guessing, going to go for a queen charge or queen walk, going to take care of that air defense that is at the top of the base, very easily accessible for the queen up there. Also got 5 E-drags in the army composition, so definitely going to be interesting for me to see how this one pans out, how Joe goes about taking care of this base. So the queen doing some great work at the top of that base. I'm guessing going to need to use a heal spell reasonably, not heal spell, a rage spell, sorry, reasonably soon to try and get that queen as much value as possible. But it looks like she is going to wander around to that right hand side and head towards the enemy king, and then maybe break into the town hall compartment and deal with that. But we've got one of the first E-drags now coming in from this right hand side. The rest are also put in right there. Balloons spam down in behind. Queen is going reasonably strong on this right hand side. She is going to take care of that air defense. Maybe put those E-drags in slightly too early. Queen was going to wander around there and deal with that, so could have held off a little bit. Tornado Trap is going to catch some of those balloons as well as the E-Drags next to the Town Hall. Free Spell of course used on the Town Hall as well as the Warden's ability, but the Warden's ability used pretty early on, and the Ice Golem from the Clan Castle causing some serious issues there as it holds up our troops and allows that Giga Bomb to get onto the E-Drags as the Warden's ability had worn off. The Stone Slammer did some great work on this bottom side of the base. The balloons now coming out. Free Spell used on that multi-target Inferno on the back end, hopefully, or maybe, sorry, could have caught that air defense as well and saved a couple of those E-Drags. Pretty sure Free Spell would be able to range over both of them. Going to get a cleanup minion up on the top there and a few archers dotted about as well. But at this point, with the Queen still on full health and the healers bringing her back up, this base is pretty much going to be wrecked. We will speed it up to ×2 to finish off these last few defenses, as the E-Drags, as everyone knows, are pretty slow. Not too sure how much health some of these E-Drags have. That one's pretty low, is going to fall to that multi-target Inferno there. The other one actually very low as well, picking up a Seeking Air Mine, and like I said, it is indeed going to be up to the Queen to finish off this one. Going to bust through that wall with the help of the Warden in behind and finish off taking down that multi-target Inferno for a pretty strong Town Hall 12 3-star. So it was interesting to see this different variants of a strategy here, but definitely worked out for Joe in this case. And let's go and take a look at the 5th and final attack from MetaMinds right now. King Carnage is going to be the final attacker from the MetaMinds side going in here, and it looks like a Lalo attack once again. So going to get a couple of Ice Golems pushing in nice and early, going to freeze things up to allow those bowlers as well as the Queen in behind to get some decent value, which is perfect for us. So that bowler certainly got some great value behind that Ice Golem on the top, or sorry, on the left hand side of the base. We now have a test wall breaker coming in. Free Spell is going to be using that multi-target Inferno, and wall breakers able to bust into that compartment, which means that the Queen now has access into that multi-target Inferno. I'm guessing Carnage maybe wanted to pick up this air defense on the top of the base with the Queen if possible, but not quite catching that. Unfortunately, Queen's ability will be used reasonably soon, so it goes off right there, and we really need to try and take down that enemy Queen if we can. Our Queen should just about be able to get the job done, yes, so the few archers that were out in front of her are luckily going to tank for our Queen, which will give her time to take care of the enemy Queen. So we have one air defense down, the enemy Queen down, as well as an Inferno tower down, so looking pretty good from the start of this attack. The air portion of this attack now going in. Haste spells of course used nice and early on to propel those balloons through as quickly as we possibly can. A skeleton spell used there on the single target Inferno to draw some of the fire away from these balloons and hopefully save them if we can. Free spell used over that wizard tower as well as the town hall just to make sure we get that down. Warden's ability used, but unfortunately not catching that big group of balloons that did take out the town hall, so gonna just miss out on them, but there is still plenty of balloons left up on the back end to deal with all these defenses, and it is absolute overkill right here. Haste spell swagged, and yeah, like I said, absolute overkill from Carnage here. He's going to swag that haste spell on the top of the base right there, finish off a very strong 3-star attack there at Town Hall 12 for the MetaMinds side. So congratulations to MetaMinds on some really strong attacks. Unfortunately not quite enough to beat this Wreck-It team, but we will now go and take a look at some of their attacks and see what they have to offer. So we are now moving on to take a look at some of the Wreck-It attacks, and Kakaroto, pretty sure I aced that name right there, is going to be going in on this Town Hall 10 right here, excuse me, and it looks like it's going to be a Queen Charge Lalo attack. So starting off with a baby dragon on that right hand side. There was a test loon in there just to make sure there's no black mines. We want to try and get as much value out of that as we can. Not quite able to take care of that mortar, unfortunately. Another test balloon in there, and the wizard is going to hopefully, not quite going to be able to get the job done right there. Oof. just able to get it, so I had to use 2 wizards to get that mortar down just to make sure the queen path where we wanted her to. We definitely don't want her to push around to that right hand side. We want her to push into the center of this base. Perfectly placed rage spell is going to allow that queen to get back up to full health from those healers. Jump spell is going to give her access into that next air defense as well as the enemy queen. Rage spells used, another one used right there, excuse me, just to make sure we keep that queen up. Very important, she gets as much value as we can from her. King is going to swing around the left hand side of the base with the help of a wizard as well as a baby dragon. A minion sneaking in there just to make sure we take down all those lava pups as quickly as we can. Those balloons are going to cause some serious issues for the queen. She is going to cling on to life, but as soon as she gets further in, it looks like she's going to start taking some serious damage from those expos once she gets in range, and most likely fall to them. So yes, they're going to start shooting on her, and look at her health absolutely bomb down. Her ability is going to be used but not get as much value as we probably would have wanted from the queen. The king has done a fantastic job cleaning up all the way along this left hand side, so now is the chance for the Lalo portion of this attack. Haste spells, of course, used nice and early on to make sure those balloons propel as quickly as they possibly can through the majority of these defenses. Heal spell used at the top where that multi-target inferno is to keep that clump of balloons alive for as much time as we possibly can keep them alive for. We have 1 haste spell to finish off these remaining defenses on the back end here, and the stone slammer still up, so the stone slammer has still not popped. Very impressive to keep it up for that long. Finally it is going to go down, and all those balloons going straight into the haste spell, excuse me, are going to be able to finish off this base very easily for Kakaroto. The few cleanup troops we have done a fantastic job at cleaning up, and timing never really would have been an issue, as the king as well as that baby dragon on the left hand side that swept from the bottom did a great job at cleaning all that stuff up, which meant that we really didn't have too much work to do on the back end. So a strong 3-star to start off the Wreck-It attacks. Let's go and take a look at another Town Hall 10 3-star. Kelvin is going to be going in on this one, and it looks like a go-ho styled attack, but it looks like a go wipe sort of attack into Hog Riders. So we're going to start off with 2 golems, it looks like, as well as 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and some witches. So a very different style of attack. Usually I would just see a straight up go-ho with either using golems and then wizards, or golem and then P.E.K.K.A.s, golem and then witches, excuse me. So it's strange to see all 3 of those in combination, but I'm going to guess it's going to pay off for Kelvin. So we've got all of these troops pushing right into the core of this base. That wall wrecker getting some fantastic value for us, going to pop right there. Heal and rage, of course, used for them to get as much value as we possibly can. That multi-target inferno is doing some work on that right hand side. We really could do with getting that down if we can, but this kill squad has certainly done a great job at ripping through all of that left hand side of the base, and now going to push into the center. The queen's ability used to try and get a few more defenses down if we possibly can in the center of the base. The first of the heal spells used on the bottom section for that Tesla farm, as well as the archer tower and cannon down there to push through if we can. The queen just going to get that wizard tower down on the back end, which is great for us, and going to get 1 shot off on the bomb tower to get it on pretty low health. We don't have too many hogs in there, so the hogs we have, we need to hope they don't catch many spring traps. That is the last heal spell used right there through the multi-target inferno to make sure we keep them up. Giant bomb is going to go off, 1 spring trap is going to catch, so a few hogs do indeed fall, but now all we have left to deal with is that bomb tower, and we have quite a few cleanup troops going around this right hand side. A giant bomb is going to go off there, which could have caused some issues. The bomb tower bomb going to catch pretty much all of our hogs, a couple staying alive to work on that dark elixir storage on the back end, but Kelvin absolutely ripping through this base. But the one thing that has been missed right here is, of course, this gold storage, so timing may have been an issue right here, but those P.E.K.K.A.s will be able to rip through that wall pretty quickly in quick succession. The wizards and the witches actually able to go over the wall and finish off that gold storage to pick up a very strong 3-star there for Kelvin against Shri Dada of MetaMinds. So well done on that one. Let's go and take a look at a Town Hall 11 attack right now. King Leonidas, sorry, definitely butchered that name, is going to be going in on this one, and it looks like another Queen Charge Lalo styled attack. We're going to be pushing in from this top side of the base as well as the left hand side, the King getting to work on a few of those storages. They will hold him up for a little bit, but we need to make sure we get them down so the Queen goes where we want her to. King's ability used nice and quickly to take care of that Expo. That Tesla might cause some issues for the Queen's pathing, but the King has certainly done his job, which will mean that the Queen should jump over that into the next compartment, deal with that air defense. Yes, going to deal with that. We also will be able to get in range of that Eagle artillery, which is perfect. Really could do with getting that dragon down in the CC nice and quickly. It is going to fall there. The witch in the clan castle as well, going to hold up our queen for quite a while with all those skeletons. Poison spell did slow her down quite significantly though, but already we have seen a minute pass in this attack and we've only just taken care of the Eagle artillery. We need to get as much value from this queen as we can, but keep an eye on the clock to make sure we're not too late with the Lalo portion of this attack. I'm guessing King is going to hopefully want to take care of the enemy queen as well as that sweeper if we can, and then push down into the remainder of this base. So we're going to take care of the archer tower there. The stone slammer will be able to easily push into that bottom compartment and deal with that multi-target inferno. Important that we try and get that down if we can, because they will do some serious work to balloons if given the chance. The first haste spell used, sorry, 2 haste spells used there to propel these balloons right into the center of this base. We need to try and get as much value from them as we can. The lava hound's doing a great job at cleaning up, or sorry, at tanking most of these defenses. Most of them have now popped. A rage spell used through that expo as well as the wizard towers in there, as they will do some great damage onto the balloons. Grand Warden's ability used for all this splash damage on the back end. Those wizard towers, if given the chance, will do some serious work. Free spell used on that multi-target inferno means that these balloons don't have too much work to do to finish off this one. That air defense as well as Tesla will cause some issues for us on the back end, but we've got quite a large group of balloons coming up from this right hand side. Warden is going to be able to take care of that hidden Tesla, which means these balloons have now nothing at all to worry about, and it's just a case of cleanup. So we'll speed it up right there to finish off this one. But King providing another strong 3-star for the Wreck-It team at Town Hall 11. Let's go and take a look at a Town Hall 12 3-star now, which I believe is another Queen Charge Lalo. So Wreck-It certainly likes their Queen Charge Lalo attacks. Let's go and see what this next one has to offer. So the next one we have is Escanor, I believe. Probably butchered that name as well, so sorry if I did indeed butcher it. God, I can't even speak today. We're going to be starting off with the queen from the bottom side of this base. There was a balloon sneaked in there to make sure there was no seeking air mines that could do some work to our healers. There was also a cheeky hidden Tesla on this bottom of the base, which the baby dragon did indeed take out. It is now going to continue to sweep around this bottom section. That air defense will take it down once it gets in range, but it's certainly done the job of cleaning up that section to hopefully allow the queen to go where we want her. First rage spell is going to be used through where the multi-target inferno is to allow that queen to hopefully break in there, as well as the wall breakers. Yes, so the queen is in the mix now. She is doing some serious work taking out all of these defenses. Enemy queen is going to fall right there, and our queen, oh, just clinging on to dear life. The healers doing their job perfectly. The queen is going to get stuck on that lava hound for quite a bit. Unfortunately, the barbarian king is going to get stuck bashing on a wall right there and will be taken down. One cleanup minion comes in to help take care of some of these pups that have managed to find themselves on the healer. So the queen, I'm guessing Escanor wanting to take care of that eagle artillery, yes, as quickly as possible. I'm guessing once that goes down, they will be able to start off the air portion of this attack. no, gonna hold up a little bit longer. Yes, so there we go. The air portion of this attack now coming in. Unfortunately, this air sweeper here might cause us some issues. The queen, oh, just able to take care of that before having to pop her ability. Gonna push in from the top of this base. That haste spell gonna allow these balloons to wreck through that first Inferno Tower and then swiftly move on into that Town Hall compartment. Warden's ability, of course, I'm guessing will be used through that tornado trap and then onto the Town Hall. Oh, that tornado trap really causing us some issues there. Unfortunately, the Warden's ability again going to wear off, and that Town Hall just gonna fall to that last balloon drop right there. So that Town Hall, the high hit points on that certainly causing Escanor some issues there, and it looks like it's going to be the Stone Slammer on the back end of this one that is going to be able to win Escanor this victory. The healers actually coming in quite handy. I don't know if you saw that 300 IQ play there, but Escanor used a couple of wall breakers to draw those healers across into the beams of the multi-target Inferno to try and use up some of those beams to save a few of the balloons, sorry. So certainly very, very smart play there, and we will finish off on that gold storage right there for a strong 3-star from Escanor of Wreck-It. Let's move on to the last attack of this video, which I believe is a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat, which we have not seen many of in this video. And here we have Boris going in, like I said, with a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat. We have 5 healers going in on this one, so I'm guessing he might start off with a queen charge. Let's see what Boris is going to do. So going to start off with a P.E.K.K.A. as well as a wizard on this right hand side. Going to hopefully be able to funnel our troops as well as we can. Queen is going to start just up there as well. That P.E.K.K.A. is going to fall pretty quickly, taking a lot of damage from those cannons, able to clean out a couple more buildings before going down. So we have the Warden in the mix there with the Queen just to try and keep her up for as long as possible, but I'm going to guess he's going to want to push the Queen in right into the core of this base to try and deal with some of those high hit point structures, the Inferno Towers as well as the Eagle and hopefully the Queen. The rest of our troops now starting to get put in at the top of this base. The Wall Wrecker, of course, getting thrown in right in the deep end at the top of this base. The healers unfortunately have switched targets onto the Grand Warden. We need them to swap back onto the Queen or push onto all these troops that are now going into the core. We have so many bowlers in there, which is perfect. Going to get some great splash damage as this base is quite compact indeed. So they're now into the core of the base. The Warden's ability used pretty early on. The Wall Wrecker now going to finally push into that Town Hall compartment, and as it falls we have a rage spell down for the troops in there. The Giga Bomb is unfortunately going to catch whatever troops were next to it. Tornado Trap again going to slow up our troops quite significantly, but we have a jump spell giving access into this compartment on the back end. Bats now coming in from the top of this base, and they will get some pretty good value for us right here as the Wizard Tower on the top is distracted by that King and Queen, which is perfect. It means we can save both heal spells for the back end there, one used on that multi-target Inferno, but unfortunately the Bat's going to swing around to those Teslas before, I'm guessing, going to move up onto that multi-target Inferno. So no, not even going to do that, and it will just roast through the Bats that are still up. The Wizard Tower and multi-target Inferno at the top will finish those off. King's ability has been used through the left hand side of this base to clean up whatever was there, but we have so many P.E.K.K.A.s still up, as well as our Queen with her ability in hand, which will be used right there to get through that multi-target Inferno, through that cannon, and then bust through that wall nice and quickly. The P.E.K.K.A. going to be able to take down the last few buildings there, and the Queen going to finish off that Wizard Tower for another fantastic 3-star. Good to see the bat spells getting some love in this last one. Haven't really seen them used much through this video, but again, congratulations to Wreck-It on the victory here. A very strong showcase of attacks from them in this one. MetaMinds, of course, also providing some really great quality content for you guys to watch, so hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, drop a like, let me know which one of these 10 attacks was your favorite. If you've been following along the Global Clash Cup, the progress from the clans in that, which clan you want to win, and subscribe too. We're getting really close to 2,000 subscribers. Would be great to hit that over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.